if we're ever moving commodity trucks for an objective or something, you're gonna have at least one weaponized vehicle per commodity truck, or per 3 commodity trucks that are out there. We'll never have that much. So for this training exercise, we're gonna use nothing but weaponized. Okay. There are a couple of major roles in the convoy we're going to talk about. All right. The first one is the convoy commander or CC. The convoy commander or CC is usually in the middle of the convoy in a weaponized vehicle. He's not at the front. Why is he not at the front?
Because he could get blown up.
Because he could get blown up. Why is he not at the rear?
Because he could get blown up.
Because he could get blown up. Exactly. Oh, yeah. So your convoy commander is usually at the rear. How many we got for enough gun crews? We'll say we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with okay, so 5, and then myself will get 5. All right, so we got 5 gun trucks for this convoy. Okay, I will be gun 3. So convoy commander will be gun 3. His call sign will be gun 3. Gun 3 will be his call sign because we're in a gun truck and I'm the third one. The assistant convoy commander is usually 1 up or 1 behind. Think of the assistant convoy commander as basically the convoy's RTO. So even if you're an RTO, you're not going to be on the long range during the convoy out. If we are in a convoy, even if you're in a different squad and stuff like that, the only 2 people who are going to be on, the only person who's going to be on long wave talking to the BattleNet is going to be the assistant convoy commander. Why do we only have 1 guy even though we have 5 RTOs in the convoy?
So we keep it clear. Keep it clear,
exactly. So if you are in the assistant convoy commander's truck, gun 2, or in this one probably we'll make him gun 2, you will be the RTO for the entire convoy because we are 1 element. Even though we're separate squads, we're 1 element. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So the convoy commander is in charge of the convoy. He tells the first vehicle how fast to go. He dictates spacing. What is the assistant convoy commander's job?
RTO for the element.
Exactly. Okay. Well, let's do this. All right. This is called a rock drill, okay? I'm going to step out and move, so pretend the guy behind you is good. What this is called is a rock drill. This is how we demonstrate truck order without actually being in trucks. It saves time. Alright, so the first vehicle that's way out is the scout vehicle. The next vehicle at the front of the main body is the pace vehicle. Behind them we'll have the assistant convoy commander. Behind them we'll have the regular convoy commander. And the last vehicle in the convoy is trail. Trail is responsible for everything to our 6 o'clock, making sure no one sneaks up behind us. If the convoy halts, the trail vehicle will cut off the road and make sure that no one comes in from behind. Make sense?
Yep.
Okay. Let's talk about the next important thing, sectors of fire. Scout vehicles kind of got its own thing going on. It's the hardest stop, one of the hardest stops to do for gunners. They have to kind of keep their head on the swivel and watch all around them because they're far away from the main body. Pace vehicle has 12 o'clock. He has at 12 o'clock. He's searching in a big 180 arc in front of him. Get your guns up. Dictate your sector of fire. There you go. Vehicle behind them. Either left or right. Whatever they pick, the next person's going to go the opposite. So you go the other way, Nichols. Alright. And trail vehicle, exactly. So, hey, does this look familiar to you guys? What's this look like?
Covering sectors in basic.
Urban.
Column formation. It looks like a column formation. You are 1,000% right. So see, everything that translates from infantry will transfer into convoy training, okay? Does anybody have any questions about column, convoy elements and roles? So moving right along, we'll talk about the next thing. Next thing we'll talk about is spacing. Spacing, all right? If you're out in the open on a highway, you're going to want some decent spacing because you'll be going faster. If you're out in the open on a highway, we want to go faster, or decent spacing because you'll be going faster. So you want like 3 trucks width between you and the next truck. Convoy speed is told by the convoy commander and executed by the pace vehicle. So if I say 60 miles per hour, or 60 kilometers, whatever it is in Arma, then they have to keep it at that. If they deviate or they go faster, slower, then the convoy is going to do a slinky. It's going to look real stupid, and it's not going to be an effective way to travel. So pace is a hard job of maintaining speed. You may want to figure out how to keybind if you are in the pace vehicle. Everybody else doing slinky. And that's it for rate of march and order of march. Any questions on that? Let's talk about the hard thing. Okay? Talk about taking contact. This is IMTs with trucks. Alright. Depends on what our mission is, but let's pretend our mission is force patrol or search and destroy. If we take contact, we stop. The only truck we'll be firing at it are the trucks whose sectors happen to be on that side, wherever the contact is. Everybody else will maintain. So if we take contact from this side, it doesn't matter who I shoot. If Thor's on this side, where's everybody else looking? If Thor's looking here, where's everybody else looking? Show me with your guns. Nope. Wrong bomb. Turn the other way. Your sector's the other side. You gotta flip-flop. There you go. So I'm taking contact, and the only one who's shooting at me is Thor, and maybe Pace if they're close enough. This vehicle's designation is Scout. designation is Pace or Gun 2. This vehicle's designation is Gun 3. This vehicle's designation is Gun 4. This vehicle's destination is Gun 5 or Trail. Do you have any questions? Alright, now scouts out. Now scouts out. So that the sectors of fire will change. Webb's vehicle will slew front, left, and right, covering an arc 180 in front of him to the 12 o'clock. The next vehicle will then set. Yeah, exactly. You guys all got it. Hey, what do we have here? With all these guns pointing in different directions, what do we have?
360 coverage.
360. I'm gonna assume that was a misfire. The 360 is right. What's the most important thing in the battlefield?
Situational awareness. Situational.
Alright, let's go for a drive.
So, do you mind if I talk about vehicle radio manipulation real quick?
Please do.
For you drivers, granted, other people in the vehicles can't hear it, but if you're a driver, hit Alt-P. That'll bring up the vehicle radio. That's the same as basically an ASIC radio. So if you want to tune into the long-range BattleNet, you can manipulate it just like you would a normal radio. So Alt-P opens the vehicle radio. BattleNet is on frequency 50.
Alright, at this time, Convoy, go ahead and open your maps. You'll see I've marked checkpoints with dots. Alright, here's what's gonna happen. As we pass each individual checkpoint on a given route, the Assistant Convoy Commander will call up the checkpoints to Spartan Actual or Mamba Actual, whoever's monitoring the BattleNet and has command of all ground forces. So as we pass checkpoint 1, it would be, break. Mamba, this is Convoy. Go ahead, go. Roger, pass the checkpoint. Roger, thanks, out. That's it. Our convoy will have a call sign. For this purpose, we'll call it Spoon. So we're going to go ahead and go out, follow the checkpoints that I've given. We'll be going on the main highway for the most part. When we get into Adjust Initiatives, we'll pull a rest stop on the outside of town to the west side. In fact, I'll manipulate the checkpoints to say that so I can tell you what it's like to go through a town. Alright, so let's go ahead and take it out. Keep it tight till we get out of the airfield, then I'll dictate the speed. Scout, feel free to kick out, main body haul.
We're at checkpoint 4.
Mamba, this is Spoon, we are at checkpoint 4.
Roger, checkpoint Spoon.
Alright, at this time, if the convoy were at a rest stop on the road for any reason, if we were at a stop, Pace would block off the front of the convoy from the road, which means he'd park sideways on the road, and then the rear vehicle would park sideways, blocking off the road, just like that. That's what we would do. Alright, at this time, hey Scout, how far ahead?
Scout's about 1.
Roger that. Pace, go ahead and take it. Convoy speed will be 45. Open road, keep your speed. Try to keep the gaps between you and the next truck about equal distance. Okay, at this time, Gun 2 just went down. Halt the convoy.
User entered your channel.
Gun 2 at this time will radio that they are down.
Gun 2 is down, Gun 2 is down.
Roger. Convoy commander will give the go order to Mark. Hey, 3 and 1, go ahead and get security on the left and right sides respectively. 1 will go to the right. And then Trail will pick it up. Trail will block off the rear. Okay, at this time, all non-essential personnel, meaning not the gunner, not the driver, will dismount with the medic and rally on the down truck. Quick. Any non-essential personnel who are not the medic will pull security for the medic as he gets up or down. If the vehicle is recoverable, meaning we can move it out, we will repair and move it out. If it's not, we will pick up the casualties, load them into Casevac vehicles, and get out of here. This time the vehicle's good to go, everyone's up and running again, go back to your vehicles. Gunners have to stay extra vigilant during time on the ground and make sure that the dismounts don't get
User
shot,
in
because we're
your
now
channel
soft targets.
timed out. User entered your channel.
The convoy will reform. Scout, go ahead and kick it out. Pace halt. Scout, you have to acknowledge my order. We're moving out. Roger, Pace, kick it out. Resume convoy speed and spacing. There you go. The reason spacing is important is fairly obvious. We don't want to all get blown up by the same mine or the same RPG. Splash damage is definitely effective against vehicles. That's why we keep our spacing. It's the same reason we don't all huddle up on a wall.
We were passing checkpoint 5.
Mamba, this spoon, we were past checkpoint 5.
Roger, Spoon. Thanks.
Scout, confirm speed of 50.
Top speed of 55, average speed of 50.
User joined your channel.
Copy, Tango Mike. Pace, you're free to keep speeds between 45 and 50. Say again, 45 and 50.
Pace copies.
Trail, bring it up a little bit. That's good. As Scout passes things of interest, they will call them up. If they pass a possible contact or ambush area, they'll say, hey, you got like some trees up here, or some rocks, or some hardcover, or structures. They'll call this stuff up. They have to use their best tactical sense to determine what's actually a point of interest and what's just trash on the road. So don't call up everything. Call up things that you think may actually be a big deal. Things you will definitely call up. Things you will definitely call up. Possible blast sites and towns. You'll call up towns. Because when we know a town's coming, we will tighten up our formation. Alright, this is a good example. At this time, we will tighten up. There's an increased risk for blasts in rural and urban areas, but you have to assume that the enemy is not going to blow up a town just to get a convoy. The reason we're tighter is because we can be more effective in laying rounds down towards infantry should we take contact in town.
PTS Bandit.
Go ahead.
Do we maintain the same speed inside of town?
Roger, unless there are civilian considerations. If there are civilian considerations, we will slow down considerably.
We're at checkpoint 6.
Mamba, this spoon, we were at checkpoint 6.
We're out of the town now, so we can re-increase our spacing.
Spoon, this is Scout. We're passing a factory/storage compound. It's on.
Roger. The factory or storage compound could house enemies. Could actually house an enemy vehicle, so you want to be wary as you pass. Scout, be sure that when you actually give that, you will give a clock direction as to far as where that is. So if you pass a convoy or something on the left, you would say to the 9 o'clock. You pass it on the right, you would say to the 3. That way our gunners know where to look as we pass.
Roger. Spoon, this is Scout. We're heading through town. Heavy density buildings to our 3, 9, and 12.
Roger that. As we approach that town convoy, we're going to tighten up, take convoy speed to safe. So this time we would tighten up considerably because it is a heavy density area. So Trail, go ahead and bring it up.
Copy.
You consider Q speed through a town like this because if we're on a forced patrol, we're looking for bad guys, so we gotta have time to scan.
My Q speed's not working, so I'll just try and keep it.
Understood.
Spoon, this is Scout. We're holding at rest.
Roger that.
Mamba, this is Spoon. We are approaching the rest stop. And we are stopped.
Roger.
Alright, this time we'll go ahead and hold. Everyone dismount the vehicles and rally in the middle.